We finally got some Rell C's news. Now, if you're not living under a rock, today Rell Bad and Rell Sin let us know some information regarding Rell C's. Now, obviously, Rell C's movie 3 is in development because yesterday Rell Bad posted a picture of what I assume to be the thumbnail of Rell C's movie 3. Now, obviously, it's a plain art, so it's not going to be the entire thumbnail, but they're probably going to place some art on top of it, or this was just like some sort of image to get hype, generate hype. Rell C's movie 3 is in production, and we'll most definitely be seeing it before the end of February. And if you head over to the Discord server, Rell Bad said, we'll outline what will be in the movie, so there doesn't need to be any speculation. The movie is going to be progression based. And then he said, as promised, if the game is ready, we'll give you a confirmed release date. If it's not, you'll know from rigorous testing being done. So basically, he's saying here, when movie 3 comes out, if the game is at a state where it's ready, they're going to push out a release date. Now, I am a little bit hyped, I'm a bit excited, as you can tell from the tone of my voice. Now, the only reason I'm not too convinced, even if they do give a release date, is because we did get a release date in movie 2, and that kind of got pushed back and delayed anyways. However, there's no way they give us 2 release dates and they delay on both occasions. So I'm very sure that if we do get a release date this time around, that will mean Rell C's is definitely going to come out on that release date. And then if we don't get a release date during the movie, we'll just end up getting it at a later point. So we're gonna get it sooner or later regardless, okay? So don't worry about that. And then Rell Bad also went on to say, we are set to begin infrastructure testing this weekend. So testers will be finally sliding in the game, And then he said, from there, we'll keep you updated on how things are going. And then he also said, as for testing, we're taking this seriously. For example, we implemented common sense. Whatever that's meant to mean, I'm not too sure what that means. But then he goes on to explain, even though we have a tutorial in the game, we won't play, or should I say, you won't play the tutorial. You'll get help from Ray, Alan, and Nate, which are like the other Rell people. Any questions you have from them, write them down, because it could help teach players the game. Instead, you'll figure out the combat from testing, then inform us what we should educate the players about within the combat. We'll take this approach with all of the testing. So basically here he's saying for the testers that you're not going to be using or playing the tutorial. You're going to be learning how to play the game on the fly with some help from the other Rell members. And kind of how it was with early Rogue Lineage, early Deep Woken, especially for testing. I remember this during Wave 1 testing of Deep Woken specifically. You just kind of got thrown in the game, and the Wave 0 testers were not helping anybody with anything. You had to learn how to play the game, what the stats were, where things were, how to progress by yourself essentially. And then maybe every once in a while, the Wave 0 testers will give you very vague information that you just had to kind of take and play the game in order to figure out for yourself, which I honestly think is a very good approach to testing. And the reason I think this is a great approach for testing is it doesn't spoil the game for the testers. Usually when people get the tester roles in these video games, they hop in, they actually get to experience the whole game from start to finish, kind of like how it was with Jujutsu Infinite. However, with Rell C's, they're going to be taking the approach of what they did with Deep Woken, and I love the Deep Woken's approach to testers and waved players. Because even though you were waved, you didn't really get to experience the game to its entirety. Even after a week of playing Wave 1, I was still completely lost in terms of what to do in Deep Woken. It's not until the game actually came out and I played it thoroughly with everybody else is where we actually started to learn what the heck was going on. So taking this approach is super good. It gives testers that freshness so that when the game actually does come out, even the testers still might not know all the information on how to to progress and things of that nature. And this way, it makes it so that the game is fresh and new for everyone. And then Rell also said the bosses are going to have stages to them, and they'll get more difficult and utilize new abilities locked behind those stages. And also that the bosses will have the full move sets during testing. So that is honestly amazing. You can see from the clips playing in the background that the bosses look really crazy. The monkey boss in specific is the one I'm actually looking forward to fighting the most, because honestly I don't really care about Alucard, which is actually Moria from One Piece, but you know, copyright issue. And then the last sneak you see is the snake smoke ability. Maybe this is some sort of ultimate or a traveling transformation etc. You can see the snake smoke is doing bite animations as well, so maybe if you go next to the person that you're trying to fight or you're fighting, it's gonna deal damage etc. Again, it's really hard to speculate things. We're gonna have to hop in game to actually try all of these things out. Not that anyone's gonna be getting any devil fruits when the game comes out, because yeah, no one's gonna get a devil fruit, but at the same time it's super interesting. The main thing to take away here is that Rell is actually not that far away. We probably will be seeing this in 2025. Now that the Rell brothers has actually publicly stated that testing is starting, the game is around the corner. Now we don't know how long the testing phase is actually gonna last for. However, with the Rell brothers, they did say testing, CC or OC, which is open testing phase or whatever. And then after OC or open testing, whatever you want to call it, we will actually have the game. And honestly, I think that will probably last around the time frame of 3 to 6 months. So regardless of when or how long it takes everything to finish, we will actually be seeing Rell this year. Unless there's some crazy hiccups that happen and then the game doesn't release. But we should be seeing it this year. Now, if you go to announcements on the Rell Discord server, Rell actually did say at the start of January that testing is going to be happening this month. And just like good developers on Roblox do, when they say something is gonna happen, it happens. So even though it took about 20 days, 20 days is better than never. Even though it took about 20 days, Rell testing has officially or is officially about to start this weekend, which is crazy, which is really good. And also, the Rell brothers also did say something really interesting. Look at this. Listen. Rell stated what's gonna happen this year. And then it says May 2025 be the year of release dates, cash grabbing, and hopefully a wee bit of scamming. And may it bring you closer to the things that matter most. And the things that matter most in this instance is Rell. And if you look closely, now I may be a little bit delusional, but he does say May 2025. He does say May 2025. Now, I actually don't hope Rell releases in May, because I do have a vacation in May. I don't let it release in April, bro, or June. Honestly, or June. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this because it does say May 2025 and then be the year of release dates. So maybe Rell comes out in May, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just hinting at the fact that it will be releasing this year. So take that as you will, take it with a grain of salt, but we're definitely going to be seeing Rell in 2025. That's honestly it for the video. I'm gonna see you guys in the next piece.